Hello guys, it's Tia, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Mickey ice cream bar out of polymer clay. If you are anything like me, and since you clicked the video, I'm guessing you are obsessed with Disneyland, everything Disney, and of course with Disney food, especially the Mickey shaped ones. So that's why today I'm going to be showing you how to make this ice cream bar. So what we're going to need is some brown polymer clay, some white polymer clay, a rolling pin, a squiggly blade. I don't know what to actually call that, but it has squiggles and it's a blade, so squiggly blade, and a circular cookie cutter, and sparkles! Just kidding. You don't actually need sparkles because it's a Mickey ice cream bar. They don't have sparkles. But we're going to use this for the circular shape to make the Mickey ears because I just don't have a cookie cutter that is smaller than this other one. The other one I have is my smallest, and obviously the ears are going to be smaller than the actual face shape of the Mickey ear. So I'm going to be using this to shape my ears. However, you can use anything. You don't have to use sparkles. In fact, if you have a smaller cookie cutter, that would probably work the best. Because as I learned later on, that the sparkles actually didn't work out that well. So now we're just going to knead our white clay and roll it out, making sure there's no air bubbles because you don't want it to explode in your oven. That would be awful. So after you are done rolling, you're just going to get your cookie cutter and start cutting. So that'll be the face of the Mickey, and then we're just gonna make the ears. Well, as you see, my sparkles didn't really cut all the way through, but that's okay. I just got my squiggly blade, and looking back, the X-Acto knife probably would have worked better, but I just got my squiggly blade and used that to kind of make out the shape, and it didn't really turn out that great, so I just used it as size reference to make sure that they were even. So the sparkly thing still did help to make the ears because now I know that they are both evenly shaped, so when I make the circles myself, they will be even. So just roll them up if you are having a problem with cutting as well, and just flatten them down with a finger. So you can do that as well if you don't have a cookie cutter or if you use sparkles and they didn't work out like me. I still suggest to use something like sparkles or something circular to cut them out originally so that you can make them even. So afterwards, you're just going to get the ears and just put them on. Using the back, you will just scrape it down with your finger. As you can see, I have lots of dirt and dust. Don't really worry about it. White clay is super hard to not get dirt and dust on, but for this case it's okay because it's just going to be underneath the chocolate coating. So now we're just rolling out this brown clay for the chocolate coating. Don't worry about the width of it. It can be super small because you don't really need it thick. It's just gonna cover the white clay you already made. And with the white clay, you can do it any width you want. I'm using mine just as decoration for something later on, which is actually going to be a video. You'll see it. So I don't want mine super thick because you're not really going to be able to tell. However, if you are using it for a charm or a figurine or something, I suggest you make it thicker than I did because the white will show up more and it'll be more realistic. So now that we just covered the brown clay over our white clay, we're just going to cut around it. I suggest to leave a little bit of room in between the white clay and the brown clay, as you can see I did, so that you can fold it over just like this. So after it is all folded over, you will just do the same thing to cover up the back side. So just roll it out again and cover it up. Doesn't this just look good enough to eat? Makes me wish I was at Disneyland. But it doesn't take much to make me wish I was at Disneyland. I don't have to be making Mickey ice cream bars to be reminded of how much I wish I was at Disneyland. Flatten it out with your fingers and just smooth it all out like I'm doing right now. Once it's all smooth, it should look just like this. and you can just flat it out to make sure it's even smoother, everything is nice and even and beautiful and ready to eat. And speaking of eating, we're going to take a bite out of this bad boy. Not literally. You're going to take your squiggly blade and you're just going to bend it to about a bite size and just push it through. That's going to make the appearance that you've taken a bite out of it. As you can see, there is white through it. This would have worked better if I had made it thicker. If I was making a charm or a figurine or something, I would have done so, but since I said like earlier, it's just going to be decoration for something later on, so I don't really need it super white, so I just made it really thin to not take up a lot of clay. However, when you make it, and you make it just as a clay or figurine, I suggest that you make the white part a little thicker so that when you cut into it for the bite, it is a lot of white in the inside. So now, just using this white clay that I rolled up like you saw, I'm going to just string it down like so out of the white so it makes it look like it's melting. You guys know at Disneyland in that Anaheim heat, your ice cream bars are always going to be melting, so of course we have to add that touch. And whoops, I dropped it. So now you're just going to roll out the piece of tan clay, and using an X-Acto knife, you're just going to cut like little squiggly lines kind of to make like a wood design, and then you're just going to stick it right to the back of your Mickey ice cream bar. And as you can see, while doing so, I squished my lines a little bit. So I'm just going to clean those up before baking. So now you'll just bake according to your directions. I haven't baked mine yet, but this is what it looks like, and that is what yours should look like too when you are done. It's super simple, so you guys can all do it, and you guys can have Mickey ice cream bars even when you're not at Disneyland, but don't eat these ones. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video.